Hello and welcome to my channel today, Booze Exotics. Today we're reading the story I'm writing called High Frequency Story, called Haunted Frequency Story, so please like this video and subscribe to the channel. The Haunted Frequency. The rain had been falling over Illinois for 3 straight hours when Andrea Geist noticed something strange coming from the old radio in the corner of Booze Exotics. It wasn't playing music. It wasn't even broadcasting a recognizable station. Instead, it produced a deep, pulsing hum. Boom, hiss, boom. Adam Geist looked up from his computer. Andrea, did you turn that on? No. Christopher Geist walked over and adjusted the dial. The static suddenly stopped. A voice whispered through the speaker, "We see you." Everyone froze. Henry Geist stared at the radio. Who said that? Nobody answered. Then the radio began cycling through frequencies by itself. At 1:13 a.m., they discovered that the strange signal wasn't limited to their building. Their equipment was detecting the same frequency, coming from abandoned houses, forests, empty roads, and several locations where people had reported unexplained sightings. They called it the haunted frequency, and according to the recording, something was listening. 1. The Shadow Man. The first entity appeared in the hallway camera. A tall, completely black figure stood motionless at the end of the corridor. Andrea rewound the footage. The figure wasn't there. She played it again. There it was, watching them. 2. The Woman in White. A second recording showed a pale woman standing outside near the reptile enclosures. Adam checked the yard. Nobody was there. But when he looked at the security monitor, again, the woman had moved closer, her face turned directly toward the camera. Number 3, the Mimic. At 2:07 a.m., the radio spoke, using Andrea's voice. "Adam, come downstairs." Andrea was standing beside him. Nobody had spoken. Then the radio repeated the sentence, using Christopher's voice, then Henry's. Whatever was broadcasting the signal seemed to be learning their voices. 4. The Red-Eyed Watcher. A motion camera captured 2 glowing eyes between the trees. Christopher zoomed in. The eyes didn't belong to an animal. They were positioned far too high above the ground. Then another pair appeared, and another. They weren't alone. Number 5, the Faceless Figure. Henry discovered a strange photograph on one of the cameras. It showed the family standing outside. Andrea, Adam, Christopher, Henry, and behind them stood a 5th person, a person with no face. The timestamp said the photograph had been taken 3 hours before they even arrived at the location. Number 6, the Black-Eyed Child. At 3:13 a.m., the doorbell camera detected a small figure standing outside. Adam opened the door. Nobody was there. The camera still showed the child. The figure slowly raised one hand and pointed toward the radio. The frequency changed. Don't answer. Number 7, the Whispering Woman. The next transmission contained dozens of overlapping voices. Andrea isolated one. A woman whispered, "They are behind you." Everyone turned around. Nothing. Then another voice whispered, "Not anymore." The lights went out. Number 8, the Long-Armed Creature. When the electricity returned, Christopher noticed something moving across the ceiling camera. It had extremely long arms and moved with unnatural speed. It stopped above the room where they were standing. Then it looked directly into the camera. The haunted frequency suddenly became louder. Number 9, the Mirror Man. Henry noticed something impossible in a glass enclosure. Their reflections were normal except for Adam's. His reflection wasn't looking at them. It was staring toward the doorway. Adam slowly turned around. Nothing was there. He looked back at the glass. The reflection smiled. Adam hadn't. Number 10, the entity behind the frequency. At exactly 4:44 a.m., every device in Boo's Exotics switched on simultaneously. The televisions, phones, security monitors, radios, even equipment that wasn't connected to the internet. Every screen displayed the same message. We've been watching you. Then the screen showed a dark figure standing inside their building. Andrea recognized it immediately. It was the same figure from the first recording, but this time it wasn't at the end of the hallway. It was standing directly behind them. Andrea turned around. Nothing. The figure on the screen raised one finger to its lips. Shh! Then the haunted frequency disappeared. For several seconds, there was complete silence. Adam finally whispered, "Is it over?" The radio clicked. One final transmission came through. "No, now you know where to listen." The four of them stared at the radio, and somewhere outside, hidden beyond the trees, something answered with the same deep pause. Boom, hiss, boom, hiss. Andrea switched off the radio, but the sound continued. It was no longer coming from the speaker. It was coming from inside the walls. And the four guys realized the terrifying truth. The haunted frequency hadn't been broadcasting to them. It had been broadcasting about them. Something had been watching the entire time. Thank you for watching this video, and peace out till the next one.